Welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Wrestling on Wrestling King TV. It's the new name, Wrestling Kings TV. So check it out. But we're going to be talking about it today. Make sure you leave a like, leave a comment, and hit that subscribe button. Whatever you do, please hit that subscribe button. LA Knight is going to be on the card for the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, but he's going to be competing with a man. On that card, if we can get it. So the participants in the men's Money in the Bank match will be Ricochet, Butch, LA Knight, Shinsuke Nakamura, Santos Escobar, and Damian Priest. This is kind of like good. It's a good lineup. We got Damian, we got Ricochet, we got all them niggas. So now that we got Damian, Ricochet, LA Knight, my prediction on this is definitely LA Knight. But at one point, I was hearing rumors that it's Damian Priest. So I'm going to go with my man Damian Priest. I feel like that whole breakup thing with the Judgment Day is coming. So if him and the Judgment Day are breaking up, it's obviously going to make some sense. It's going to make sense to see someone like him break up because with Judgment Day doesn't seem like it's failed. The Judgment Day faction has failed at this point. Break them up and have Priest win that match. The two people I'm going with, prediction-wise, is between LA Knight, Damian Priest. There's two people I'm going with. I'm going with LA Knight or Damian Priest at this point. Whether y'all fucking believe me or fucking not, it's either LA Knight or it's Damian Priest. It's either those two. That's my prediction on that match. LA Knight winning makes perfect sense. He cashes in on Seth Rollins. And then with him cashing in on Seth Rollins, he gets that title. I don't know if I'm ready for LA Knight to be a main event, a world heavyweight champion right now. I don't think he needs to be world heavyweight champ right now. That's just not my belief. But you could potentially. I do believe I'm more ready and more excited to see someone like a Damian Priest win that match. Someone like that bring that Punishment Martinez out. I want to see Damian Priest be the most heel he could ever be, and the time to put that battery in Damian's back and have him skyrocket and become a main event guy is right now. I can see Priest cashing in on Rollins after Balor being the one who loses the match against Rollins, setting up a feud between Balor and Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship title. That makes perfect sense. We have the women's Money in the Bank match. And the competitors in the women's Money in the Bank match will be Becky Lynch, Bayley, Zelina Vega, Io Sky, and Zoe Stark. And the final competitor still to be determined. I say make it Raquel Gonzalez. Raquel Gonzalez match and give her old gimmick back. That's all I see happening. The person winning this match from who they announced, I'm going with Zoe Stark. If you don't have Zoe Stark winning that women's Money in the Bank match, then you've done nothing with Zoe Stark. Io Sky does not need to be winning the women's Money in the Bank match. It needs to be Zoe Stark. Dominic Mysterio versus Cody Rhodes is on the card for Money in the Bank. My prediction is Cody Rhodes. We have Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins, the main event. My prediction is Seth Rollins. So that is my prediction card for Money in the Bank July 1st on Peacock and on the WWE Network. We can subscribe and watch WWE Premium Live events, but Money in the Bank July 1st on Peacock and the WWE Network, and that will be a fighting event. So, Jeff Hardy was recently written off AEW TV due to an incident where he can't come to Canada, and that soon will be All Elite Wrestling will be touring. He can't come to Canada since that recent DUI he had. So that being announced, Jeff Hardy, and we're just finding out now, Jeff Hardy has officially been written off AEW TV. Temporarily. Speaking of AEW, tonight is Forbidden Door. Last night was Collision, AEW Collision, but tonight is AEW's Forbidden Door pay-per-view. And here is the card for Forbidden Door 2023. The first match will be the IWGP match, first match on the card, the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship, Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay. Bryan Danielson versus Kazuchika Okada. I don't know how to say that. AEW World Championship match. The title will be defended. MJF versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. The IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Sonata versus Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Men's Owen Hart Cup Tournament. First round, CM Punk versus Satoshi Kojima. AEW Women's World Championship. Toni Storm versus Willow Nightingale. AEW International Championship, 4-way, Orange Cassidy versus Zack Sabre Jr., Katsuyori Shibata versus Daniel Garcia. A fatal four-way match for the AEW International Championship. I'm going Daniel Garcia. That nigga Daniel Garcia gotta win that match. It's going all day for Daniel Garcia. 10-man tag team match. Jon Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, Konosuke Takeshita, and Shota Umino versus Hangman Adam Page, the Young Bucks, Eddie Kingston, and Tomohiro Ishii. Man, how do you say these names? Damn it. 6-man tag team match. Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, Minoru Suzuki versus Sting, Darby Allin, and the other next opponent to be announced. Adam Cole versus Tom Lawler. And the pre-show Women's Owen Hart Cup Tournament first round. Athena versus Billy Starks. And that is the card for AEW's Forbidden Door tonight. Next, WWE's new event, Saturday night's main event, Superstars from both WWE, Raw, and SmackDown were in Monroe, Louisiana over the weekend for a live event. Check out the results for Saturday night's main event below. Courtesy of, okay, whatever. Charlotte Flair defeated Bayley. Omos defeated Rick Boogs. Santos Escobar defeated LA Knight. WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler defeated Liv Morgan and Raquel Gonzalez. And Liv Morgan actually has a potential shoulder injury, has a shoulder injury from that match. Bobby Lashley defeated Baron Corbin. Wow. You have Lashley defeating Baron Corbin already? WWE Women's Championship, Asuka defeated Shotzi Blackheart. WWE Undisputed Tag Team titles, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn defeated Pretty Deadly, the Street Profits, and Sheamus and Butch of the Brawling Brutes. That was the card for Saturday night, WWE's Saturday night main event. Okay. How we gonna do this, y'all? How we gonna do this? So it's about that time where I finna announce 5 Undertaker greatest matches with the Undertaker. 5 greatest Undertaker matches in professional wrestling history. Here we go. This is going to be hard. We're not going in order with this, but I'm just going to name the 5 greatest matches that I believe were some of his greatest. You could agree, disagree, however, I don't care. But for the most part, this is mainly 5 of the greatest Undertaker matches. And from my opinion, these are 5 of the greatest Undertaker matches. Here we go. I'm going to say Undertaker and Batista was definitely one. You just have to say it, how great WrestleMania 23, that main event, how that match was. You have to give them credit for the World Heavyweight Championship title in 2007. Batista, the Animal Batista, versus the Dead Man, the Phenom, the Undertaker, for the World Heavyweight Championship title, WrestleMania 23. What an epic feud that was. Not only a great match, but what a great feud that was. They brought the house down. Number 2, I am going to go with Kane versus The Undertaker. Undertaker versus Kane was a great match because anytime it was a great match at WrestleMania in 2004, but you have to admit, anytime Undertaker feuded with Kane one-on-one, their feuds never disappointed. Kane and Undertaker could always pack out an arena. They were both box office attractions because of their gimmicks, and they were box office guys, and they knew how to bring down the house. Any match they had was amazing. They knew how to work a match. They knew how to enjoy that crowd. They knew how to make the crowd enjoy them. They brought the house down. They know how to destroy the roof off of every arena they ever performed in and competed in. Kane and Undertaker had some of the greatest matches in wrestling history. Not just World Wrestling Entertainment history, but professional wrestling history, period. Kane and Undertaker was some of the greatest feuds ever. The greatest match ever. If you remember 2010, Undertaker versus Kane for the World Heavyweight Championship, Hell in a Cell. That was another great feud. Another great match as well. When they were both on SmackDown in 2010 feuding for the World Heavyweight Championship title. I remember that growing up. I remember I used to fuck with that shit. But here we go. My number 3. No other than the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, HBK. Shawn Michaels and Undertaker at WrestleMania 2009 was a great match. and Undertaker Shawn Michaels WrestleMania 2010 was a great match. You cannot deny how much of a great match those were. At WrestleMania 26, those are just great matches. It was the streak versus the career. And if Shawn Michaels lost, he would retire from WWE. If if the Undertaker lost, then he would basically go home with a defeated streak. So Shawn Michaels was willing to put an end. The storyline was Shawn basically going to put an end to Taker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania, which was defeated by Brock Lesnar. But the whole thing was eventually. But that was a great match. You have to kind of. This is how I see it. Shawn Michaels got to a point in his career where he got very boring and very stale in age. But I thought that the 2009 WrestleMania match they had and the 2010 WrestleMania match, both those matches have to be on this list because I felt like you have to give them credit. Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, I think WrestleMania the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania, Taker and Shawn had a better match than WrestleMania 26. 26 is a great match, but if you watch 25, they brought the house down at that anniversary at WrestleMania 25, 2009. That was a great match, you have to admit. So Shawn and Taker comes in as number 3. Number 4, I'm going to say Edge versus The Undertaker. These guys knew how to have a match. These guys brought the house down. These guys knew how to go at it. Come on, from being in Hell in a Cell matches at WrestleMania, from the feud where Edge cashed in 2007 on Undertaker and became the World Heavyweight Champion, and the whole triple threat match they had with Batista and the feud between him, Batista, and Taker. So Edge definitely makes number 4 on this list for some of Taker's greatest matches, in my opinion. I'm going to go ahead and say Undertaker versus Randy Orton. Great match. And this comes in as number 5. This comes as number 5 because you have to admit the feud between Randy Orton and Undertaker in 2005 was amazing. Orton was like the best heel in WWE history. And when you put a heel like him against The Undertaker, shit, that's one of the greatest feuds you ever could get. And I'm not going to hold you. That match, the Hell in a Cell match between Randy and Taker at Armageddon, can't top it. Can't top it. Jade Cargill is taking time since her loss for the TBS championship on AEW. She lost the TBS title and was TBS champion. The dream match that I want to see Jade Cargill have, basically, and I'm dead serious about this shit. I'm dead serious. The match that Jade Cargill needs is a match with Mercedes Moné, whether it be in All Elite Wrestling, whether it be in World Wrestling Entertainment. It don't matter. Whether they go to AEW, whether they go to WWE, Impact, All Japan, New Japan Pro, wherever. The match they need to have is Mercedes Moné versus Jade Cargill. It makes sense. It's perfect. Let's get that match. That is the dream match, the number one dream match I want to see Jade Cargill have is her versus Mercedes Moné. Fight me if you don't think so. I'm just playing. But anyway, Liv Morgan officially has a shoulder injury. And the thing with Liv Morgan, not going to say the hugest Liv Morgan fan, Liv Morgan has a shoulder injury. Tag match at Saturday Night Main Event teaming with Raquel Gonzalez, Raquel Rodriguez versus Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler at Saturday's Main Event. Check on the update of Liv Morgan's shoulder injury. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So, the main roster, they were still holding the NXT Women's Tag Team titles, but because the division was effectively gutted by their being called up, not to mention Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, NXT just did away with it. So the way they handled the titles was to book a unification match, putting Fire and Dawn against the main roster women's tag title holders Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. That match happened. You likely be surprised to learn that Rousey and Baszler emerged victorious. Fire and Dawn actually had the edge early on, to the point that Wade Barrett said Rousey and Baszler were getting annihilated. But shortly after that comment was made, the heels regained control and never really lost it from there. After Rodriguez was putting ringside for the match, went to walk out was because back into the ring by Rousey. Raquel said she was there to request a rematch that we never lost, and that's when Liv Morgan made her return. Okay. Stare down. Okay, I ain't got to read all that. But yeah, Liv Morgan is back from shoulder injury. She's back. She's cleared, and she's back in action and ready to kick ass and tag team with Raquel Gonzalez. Liv Morgan is back. I don't think I want to see her and Liv become tag team champions right now. I think Raquel needs to either tag team with Tamina Snuka, the daughter of Jimmy Fly Snuka, or she just needs to be in the singles run, in the singles division, and get her title by there. But Raquel Rodriguez does not need to be in a tag team with Liv Morgan right now. It's not working. It's not working. Number 7, WWE stars who need to come back. These are 5 stars that I would like to see back wrestling in the ring and contracted with the company. And here we go. Ken Anderson. He was Mr. Kennedy. He was a former TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And I want to see him back. He's former Mr. in the Bank winner in WWE. And I want to see him back in WWE. Rumors were swirling, but I want to see him back. Number 5, I want to see the Boogeyman. Number 2, the Boogeyman. Excuse me. Boogeyman scared the living shit out of people. What if he was to meet Uncle Howdy? What if he was to meet Bray Wyatt, the Fiend? Let's see what the Boogeyman can do in this current stage in WWE. Bring Boogeyman back. Bring the Boogeyman back. Number 3. Vance Archer. I want to see Vance Archer back in World Wrestling Entertainment. He was in ECW when the ECW was owned by WWE. I want to see that match. I want to see a match where Vance Archer goes one-on-one with Drew McIntyre. Vance Archer is currently signed to All Elite Wrestling, but if Vance Archer signs with WWE, holy shit. Number 4, Melina. Melina was great in the women's division. She was great and she was amazing. And I want to see her compete in the women's division again. Number 5, Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho. Oh, no, I'm playing. Not Chris Jericho. I would love to see. Why did I say Chris Jericho? What the fuck? I would love to see fucking Mandy Rose re-sign with NXT and get back on the roster. So we can have her debut on the main roster and let's form Toxic Attraction again. And let's see what Toxic Attraction can do for the WWE brand. Bring Mandy Rose back as number 5. So you just got 5 stars that I want to see return to WWE. And there you have it. So thank you guys for being back. We got more to talk about, more topics, more things coming up. We talking about it. We moving on. Leon the King TV. Let's talk wrestling. We talking wrestling, everything in the news of pro wrestling. We talking about it. So today, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button. Whatever you do, hit that subscribe button and always know Mercedes Moné is the greatest female wrestler in the world. She is the greatest female wrestler of all time. If you don't agree, hey man, kiss my ass. But yo, Mercedes Moné is the greatest. She's over Gail Kim. She's over Trish Stratus. She's over Lita. She's over Victoria, Chyna, Charlotte Flair. Whoever you name, Mercedes Moné is great. Greater than Rhea Ripley. I said it. Yo, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button, and I'm out. Peace.